We're back. Time for another edition of the Carolina Insider Rapid Reactions Edition after Carolina runs past the Citadel in the Smith Center. 167, the final score. Tar Heels winning by 33. I'm Jones Angell. That's Adam Lucas. And Adam, certainly we need to add the caveat that the Tar Heels are, as Coach Williams used to like to say, more gifted and talented than the Citadel. There's no question about that. But the Tar Heels also continued to do some things that they did on Saturday against Georgia Tech and do them at a high level in this game. They rebounded well. They pushed the pace. They shared the basketball. All of those things added into what turned out to be a pretty dominant performance.
Assists on 13 of the first 14 field goals ended up being 24 assists overall. Carolina also shot the ball really well from three, which led to some of those assists. Tar Heels 15 of 31 from three. Hubert Davis able to play 17 players and get some really good minutes from the bench. Tyler Nickel, Dontrez Styles, Jalen Washington, really everybody who played contributed. And it just looked like the Tar Heels had fun playing basketball. And there's been times here early in the season where I'm not sure that's been the case, but tonight just felt like everything they tried seemed to work out well, capped off with the most exciting play in basketball, the biscuits.
Yeah, Jackson Watkins providing the biscuit shot for the Tar Heels. You mentioned the three-point shooting, Adam. Carolina 15 of 31, as you said. That's a obviously very good percentage, not one that you expect to replicate on a night-in and night-out basis. However, the Tar Heels do need to make some more threes than they have been making. Carolina ranking in the bottom 40 or so nationally as far as three-point percentage. They were well below 30% as a team coming into this game. So to see numbers, Pete Nance 3 for 4, Caleb Love 4 for 6, RJ Davis 2 for 4, Tyler Nickel made 3 threes. It's not always going to be like that, but it just feels like they need to make some more than we have seen them make to this point.
Well, and I think if we were to go back and look at the threes Carolina was taking a couple weeks ago, there was a lot of dribble, shoot a three. These 31 three-point attempts were very different, in which the ball would sometimes go inside and then come back outside, change sides of the floor, a lot of catch and shoot, not so much dribbling, which leads to better, more makeable shots.
Carolina again with the victory, 167. Armando Bacot with a double-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds in just 26 minutes. Also worth noting, the 11 rebounds gives Armando Bacot now 62 games in his Carolina career of 10 or more rebounds. All of those aren't double-doubles, but 62 times that he's had 10 or more rebounds. That is a North Carolina record. He passed Billy Cunningham tonight. So anytime you can do that, you've done something pretty impressive in the Carolina record book. So congratulations to Armando. 16 points for Pete Nance, 16 points for Tyler Nickel, a freshman season high. Caleb Love, 17 points, 6 assists, and no turnovers in this game as well. After the game, I caught up with Hubert Davis. Adam got a chance to talk to Tyler Nickel. Let's see and hear both those interviews. We'll come back on the other side and get you ready for Carolina, Ohio State here on the Carolina Insider. Thank you, Eric. Indeed, we are inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner after Tar Heels get the 100-67 win over the Citadel. Coach, as you walked in and sat down, you said, well, that was much better. What'd you like from your team today?
Well, the last couple games, one of the things that I kept telling them is, in order for us to become the team that we have to become, we got to dig deeper. We got to get better. We got to dig deeper. And, on both ends of the floor, I thought defensively, I thought we were good, sound defensively, especially after the first 10 minutes in terms of trying to limit points in the paint. I thought our rebounding was good. I thought our attention to detail and talking, helping each other out, understanding that if we give help, we'll get help. And then on the offensive end, just the way that we're running the floor, it looks like Carolina. Everybody's running, and we're getting a lot of points in transition. And you look at 24 assists, and now we're making the extra pass. And it's just – that's what makes basketball fun, is when you see everybody involved, everybody sharing, and so many guys got extended minutes tonight, and I was just really proud of the team. 13 different guys scored, 12 different players got a rebound, 11 different players had at least one assist in this game. You were able, as you said, to get a lot of guys a lot of time. How beneficial can that be? That's huge. One of the things going into the season, and we talked about our depth, well, you don't have depth if you don't use it. And You know, you have to build habits in practice, but those habits are confirmed out there in the game. And I was so thankful that we were able to get, you know, extended minutes for Dontrez and Tyler Nickel and Jalen Washington. And it was just great seeing them out there on the floor. I think everybody that stepped on the floor made an impact play on both ends of the floor, and it was just fun to be a part of.
I think this could have been a sleepy game for your team. You just played a conference game. You have a big non-conference Power 5 team coming up. How did you get them ready, I guess is my question.
You can't sleep with me. you just can't do that. It's just not possible. You know, when you get an opportunity to play a game that you love and to put on that uniform and be a part of this program and this university, there's no time to sleep. One of the things that I talk to them about is I want them to show more emotion. I don't know how you can do anything absent of emotion, whether you're a husband or a father or playing basketball, because of the joy of being able to do those things should bring out all different types of emotions. And in the second half, I felt like they looked more bringing, in terms of their emotions and smiling and communicating, and that's the way you gotta play basketball with passion and enthusiasm. And I felt like we continued to do that in this game today.
I wanted to ask you about Tyler Nickel, one of the guys who played some extended minutes off the bench, had 16 points, hit some corner threes. I just have to imagine you were pleased to see him get into a little bit of a rhythm tonight.
We need that. We haven't shot the ball very well at all, and it's just, I think we're a good shooting team, and you got RJ and Caleb, and just having Tyler out there on the floor. He's a guy that can make shots, and he's a guy that you have to guard, so that gives us great spacing, gives us an ability to throw the ball into the post, and I was really happy for him. He played well on the defensive end as well. I was really happy. He went to the offensive glass in the second half, didn't get the offensive rebound, but kept the ball alive, and that's where he hit his first three in the corner, and that got him going. And so it was just a great example of giving that extra effort and how that ends up on being a big play for himself.
You've talked a lot, Coach, about the importance of getting up to New York and your desire to play there a bunch, and you have a big opportunity here coming up on Saturday. What's key in your mind these next few days?
I told the team that this is, about emotion. I'm going to be very emotional. This is the first time that I've been back in the Garden since I retired from the NBA in 2004. It was my first home when I got into the NBA for 4 years, and it's always been a special place, and it's been a special place for me as a Tar Heel, because Coach Smith used to take us there every year. And so to bring Carolina back to the Garden and to play an unbelievable opponent in Ohio State, I'm ready to go. I don't need the plane. I can fly out by myself. That's how excited I am to be able to compete against a really, really good basketball team.
Look like a really, really good basketball team on the floor tonight as well for Carolina as the Tar Heels run past the Citadel 167. Coach, congratulations. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's Hubert Davis, guys, in the Continental Tire Coach's Corner.
Alongside Tyler Nickel after a career-high 16 points as Carolina beats the Citadel. Tyler, that might have been the most fun game to watch of the year. Why is the vibe so different right now than it was even a week or two ago?
I would say, especially after last game against Georgia Tech, everybody kind of came together, and it was a positive game for us. So the energy since then has been really upbeat. But I think also just as a group, we've just continued to gel, continued to build chemistry, and I think that's what everybody saw today.
What is it with the chemistry between you and Caleb? It feels like he always knows where you are and is actively looking for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's my guy, So in practice, I've gained a lot of trust from him as far as coming in and trying to be consistent and making shots. And so on the offensive end, I think that's another part of a facet of his game that makes him such a great guard, is that his vision. He sees the floor really well, and I'm just, try to do everything I can to have him and RJ trust me as much as possible. And, he's always been super positive and upbeat, telling me, just giving me a lot of confidence.
24 assists as a team. This is a team that was getting 4 or 5 assists a game not too long ago. What's different about the ball movement?
I think it's just over time, more in practice and more in games, that we just trust in each other. As far as, not everyone feels like they have to go and take something on their shoulders because they've seeing more and more if everybody's able to do. And I think everybody's on the team has been gaining more and more trust. And like I said, our chemistry just building and building. So we have really, really talented guys. And I think the more we move the ball, the more we put each other at advantages. So, and we're just coming to see that.
You've always been a guy who understands how to put the ball in the basket. When you're on a team and you're on the court with 4 other guys who can also put the ball in the basket, how do you find the right place for your offense?
I think it's just about, finding my spots, getting to a place where I keep spacing really, really good, but I can also create offense when need be. And I think just taking advantage of attacking closeouts or maybe creating a play for somebody else, and then the ball will move and eventually end up back in your hands, and just putting other teammates at advantages as much as possible, and then see how that circles back to you.
Everybody saw the offense, of course, with the career high, but it felt like you were active on the glass too. What's the path to playing time for Tyler Nickel that you figured out? Energy
and effort. Coach preaches that every day. And offensive rebounding is a big emphasis for us. So him making it known that that's important, I feel it's my responsibility to go and do that. So just giving that extra effort on the boards is just going to help us as a team more and more.
What does a game like this do for a team when 17 guys play, 13 score? You get biscuits, one of the most important things in basketball history. What does that do for a team moving forward?
I think it just, similar to last game, just keeps our energy positive. So everything's on an upbeat note, and we just continue to get better and keep a positive energy around us.
That's Tyler Nickel with positive energy leading to a career-high 16 points. Tyler, thank you.
So Tar Heels now with back-to-back victories, now 7-4 overall, and Adam leads into a really important stretch. Ohio State and Michigan for Carolina, both on neutral courts. Tar Heels and Buckeyes in Madison Square Garden, then face the Wolverines in Charlotte. And considering what has already happened on Carolina's schedule, these games really take on heightened importance for the Tar Heels.
Carolina needs at least one of these, maybe both. You would expect a really good pro-Carolina crowd at Madison Square Garden. New York folks have been waiting a long time for Carolina to come back and play in the Garden. You heard Coach Davis talk about it with Jones, about how meaningful it was to him. That's going to be an emotional game against a good team, 2 pretty evenly matched teams. So Carolina needs to carry over the momentum that they got out of this game when they just look like a cohesive basketball team. And if they play that way again on Saturday at the Garden, you're going to see a positive result.
3 o'clock game time on Saturday afternoon. We'll be on the air radio-wise at 2 p.m. for that one. But tonight, a lot of fun for the Tar Heels. 167, the final score, Carolina over the Citadel in the Smith Center. Thanks for being with us on a rapid reactions edition of the Carolina Insider.